What is up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today, guys, we are finally back with another Hot Toys 1/6 scale unboxing and review video. And today, guys, we are going to be featuring my first ever figure from the X-Men movie saga, and we are doing, of course, the one and only Wolverine, portrayed by Hugh Jackman. This is his 1973 version from the movie X-Men Days of Future Past, and it is the Deluxe special edition. So very excited to go ahead and get this guy unboxed and review with you guys. I feel like it's been so long since I did my last unboxing. I do want to apologize about the lack of content over the last couple of days. In all honesty, I have not received any figures, but we finally get a look at this guy. The reason why he is a little bit late compared to other collectors, I will be completely honest. I unfortunately pre-ordered this guy a little bit later than most, so unfortunately I'm kind of like a second or third batch as far as releases of this figure. But again, I really don't want to focus on that. I'm just excited that I finally get an opportunity to get this guy unboxed. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, guys, so with the box art, let me first say this. I am completely in love with this main cover. So as you guys can see, we get different images of Wolverine. So we get one on the right, left, and then one in the middle, kind of like a shadow of him. We do get this big X across the whole cover, along with the name of the movie and the character at the bottom. So off to a fantastic start. I love how it looks. At the top, we get the name of the movie and the black background, along with his claw scratching on the right side. Same thing at the bottom, but the difference is that the claw scratches are on the left, but it's pretty much the same background, and of course the name of the movie again. On the right side, we get kind of like a half image of Wolverine, along with this gold background that looks fantastic on this box, and of course the name of the movie at the very bottom. On the back, the kind of the coloring is not that glossy. It's pretty much just straight gold, along with the name of the figure on the left and the name of the movie on the right, and of course the warning and legal signs. And on the right side, pretty much the same background as on the left. We do kind of get his bone claws Wolverines on the right side, but that would pretty much be it for this main box. Now, sadly, guys, that's all we get. We don't get a second box. We don't get not even another type of covering on top of this plastic box. This is all we get. Now, as you guys can see, we do have 3 layers of boxing when it comes to the figure, and that is something that I am very excited about because it comes with so many things. Now, looking at the figure, my first thoughts on him, honestly, off to a fantastic start. I love this guy already. I love the feeling of the clothing. It feels very legit. The material on the clothing looks fantastic, and that face sculpt is better than what most people were thinking at first. My first thoughts on the head sculpt, whenever I saw images of him, weren't really too positive. But I think I might change my mind as I proceed with this video. But for now, we are off to a great start. Now, as you guys know, we're first going to start with the accessories. We're going to review them one by one, and then we'll get more of a detailed look into Wolverine later on in the video. Okay, guys, so with the accessories, so this is pretty much what we get, and this is the most that we're gonna get since I did go ahead and get the Deluxe special edition. So obviously there's some differences as far as the other versions, and I will discuss those a little bit later on. But we first start with this absolutely beautiful base. This is one of the best bases that I've seen Hot Toys make, and for me, what gets me, it's the materials of everything. So as you guys can see, the piece of concrete and the grass, the artificial grass that it comes with, everything is just absolutely amazing. Again, I can't get over the fact of as far as the material and the texture of this, it looks very legit, and it is supposed to represent the last scene, the fighting scene that Wolverine has with Magneto. So pretty much the base, it comes in 3 or 4 different parts, and we pretty much have to attach them onto the base itself. And we do get the instructions on the figures so that it tells us how it goes attached. Now, my only issue with this would be the crotch grabber. It's not in the middle, it's more onto the right side, and that's kind of something that I do have an issue with because it will make the figure look a little bit weird, but that's about it. Other than that, just looking here on the back, the material, the texture on the concrete and rocks and everything else, it looks really legit, and I am in love with it. Now we take a look at the nameplate, and this has to be one of the funniest things I've seen from Hot Toys. So we get a mistypo, so we get X-Men Days of Future Nature Pass Wolverine, not Wolverine. So we get Wolverine. Now the good thing is that Hot Toys did include an extra sticker taped to the outside of the box, pretty much apologizing for the mistake, and it does come with the correct name spelling for Wolverine. Not sure why they decided to include both instead of just taping the top one onto the incorrect spelling, but I mean, whatever, at least we got the correct nameplate. We do also get the Sentinel arm, which I really love because of the detailing. Again, the texture on this is absolutely amazing. As you guys can see, it looks dirty. The weathering it's amazing, and this is part of the special edition. So this is what comes with the special edition, either normal or deluxe, and this part does detach onto from the arm, and that's really good because that is the way that it is on the movie. So I'm glad that it comes with it. Again, just an extra piece add on to the figure, so that's part of the special edition. Of course, the deluxe comes with that base. We do also get an extra shirt, and this is the shirt that he has on that same fight scene. The texture, I'm sorry, not the texture, but the material on the shirt looks really, really good. Obviously, we will try the shirt on to the figure a little bit later on, but it looks fantastic. Again, to me, it looks very legit, so cannot wait to go ahead and get this attached to the figure. And then it does come with these two pieces, which pretty much are kind of like add-ons to Wolverine's arm, so that it makes the figure a little bit more thicker and much more muscular. Obviously, we would install these onto the figure if we're not going to include his leather jacket. So if we just want to go ahead and put it on the black shirt or the colorful one, to each his own, but obviously we do want to add these so that way the figure does look more natural and more muscular. And speaking of natural, these hands right here, I am in love with them. Now I'm asking myself, what the hell has Hot Toys waited for to finally do seamless arms? So as you guys can see, these are seamless arms that are going to go attached to the figure if we do fold the shirt onto his elbows, and of course the leather jacket wouldn't be included in this. And as you guys can see, first and foremost, the texture is absolutely perfect. We look at the hair, the veins, the way that the skin texture, coloring, everything is just absolutely amazing. Obviously, it comes with the bone claws, which are movie accurate, and I'm glad about that. And I'm just asking myself, why in the hell has Hot Toys not done this for every single figure? I discussed this whenever I did my NR Joker preview video, that, since the NR Joker does come with seamless arms as well. Again, Hot Toys doing this for this figure is absolutely awesome. Not sure why they haven't done it for every single figure. But well, moving along, now we get these pieces of hands right here. These are not seamless, so they pretty much just go attached to his wrists, just like any other figure. And of course, these are going to go attached if we are going to include the leather jacket. So that would be pretty much the difference, but the skin texture is still the same. The hairs, the bone claws, everything looks really, really good. And then of course, we get two other pairs of hands that do not include the bone claws. So these are just close fit. As I always say, it just gives us more options to pose the figure. If you guys don't want to pose them with bone claws, which I really wouldn't see why, right? But again, to each his own. This would be the options. And then these are the pairs of hands that do come included with the figure whenever we first unboxed it. So it's just pretty much open, relaxed arms. So I'm sorry, not arms, but hands. So as far as the hands, to me, I am in love with every single pair of them, and I am so glad that they included a seamless pair. Maybe another pair would have been amazing, but I think with one at least, that shows that Hot Toys can make seamless arms. So for me, off to a fantastic start with all of these accessories. Okay, so now on to the figures. So we finally get to take a detailed look onto this guy. So first and foremost, let's start with the face sculpt itself. So to me, I like the face sculpt. I can tell it's Hugh Jackman. To me, it's a really good face sculpt, but it is not perfect. So for me, first, the beard and the eyebrows, they are not thick enough. To me, the coloring is not dark enough, and it's not as thick as it is in the movie. I did go ahead and take a look at the movie again. Saw some videos on YouTube just to kind of get a better image of Wolverine and a kind of more of a recent memory type of look to him. And to me, the beard and the eyebrows are not as thick as they are in the movie. His eyes also do look a little small in my personal opinion. Maybe you guys disagree with me, but that's just kind of what I see so far. Now we do we don't get a seamless face sculpt, unfortunately, which I think it's fine, because since we kind of get like an open neck chest type of area with this figure, I think it's fine, and it's not that noticeable because the shirt does kind of cover up that seam line between the neck and the face, so I don't have an issue with that. Maybe another face sculpt would have been so awesome so that we could have, you know, get another type of, you know, facial expression, but again, just my personal opinion. Now the clothing itself, guys, to me it's perfect. To me, the fabric, the material that they use for this clothing, as far as the jacket, shirt, and jeans, it's perfect to me. It looks very legit. The feeling of it, I can tell it's normal clothing. And now for me, this is the first time that I get actual, I guess if I can call it, human clothing, because obviously with other characters they either have suits or metal or different things like that. With this guy, it's actual normal clothing. So to me, it's very legit. We look at the shoes, same thing. They just look so well done, and the material is fantastic when it comes to the clothing of this figure. So no issues whatsoever with the clothing. It looks perfect. As far as the articulations, this figure bends very, very well, despite, you know, him not being one that flies. But of course, he's a guy that jumps a lot, fights a lot, so it's completely understandable that he's going to be very flexible. But to me, the articulations, despite the clothing, are fantastic. To me, what I love is that the clothing isn't that tight onto the figure, so as you guys can see, we're able to bend it forward and back with a lot of ease. Now obviously we don't want to put this guy in a lot of awkward positions, because of course the clothing could get damaged, and the instructions actually say that. So I would recommend posing this guy kind of like as normal as you possibly can be, so that way the clothing doesn't get damaged, especially the leather jacket, right? That would probably be the biggest piece of clothing. But again, just taking a look more here at more of articulations, again, the figure bends very, very well, and that's something that I really love about him. Honestly, I really can't complain about anything. I mean, there's a detail here and there, but everything else just matches very, very well. The look on the figure just looks fantastic. So off to a great start with this first clothing line. When it comes to Wolverine, the face sculpt, it's really, really good as well. Now we get a look here without the leather jacket, so I wanted to show you guys this look. Now this probably might be the most unpopular look, because either you're gonna go with the leather jacket with this shirt, or we're gonna go with the black shirt on its own. But to me, I just want to kind of to show you guys this one. Again, the shirt is very well made. The material just looks fantastic, and as you guys can see, the arms do look really skinny because we don't have those add-ons, but still in all, it looks really, really good. So this would be the second look for the figure. Okay, so now the third and final look when it comes to this guy. So to me, without question, my favorite look to him, number one, my favorite color is black, you know, in case any of you guys care, right? But also I went ahead and put his add-ons onto the right and left biceps, and then also I went ahead and put his seamless arms with the bone claws, which to me were such a struggle. Taking out the original I guess forearms was one of the most struggling things I've had to do with any Hot Toys figure. It took me a good minute, and I did not want to include that in the video, so I just decided to go ahead and put this clip right here with everything, you know, put together. And to me, it looks fantastic. Without question, my favorite look of the guy. He looks so complete and so well done. But again, to each his own. Maybe you guys prefer the other look. I think either way, the figure looks fantastic with all of his accessories. Okay, guys, so now a couple of quick side-by-side comparisons. So I will completely confess this, these side-by-side comparisons are not gonna, you know, make any sense, but of course I don't have any other type of X-Men figures, so hopefully in the future I get to do actual proper comparisons. But I just wanted to kind of compare this guy with some of my other Marvel figures, just so that you guys can see how tall this guy is. And doing the side by side, honestly, I am stunned as to how short Wolverine is. So right here we get Black Panther. Again, I know the comparison's weird, but again, just so that way you guys can take a look at how tall he is. So he is shorter than Black Panther. Both figures are honestly very well put together, and the bodies actually are fantastic. They both look very, very muscular, so that's one thing that they are very that they have alike, obviously from completely different worlds, right? So that again doesn't make any sense, but that would be in this case my first side-by-side comparison. The second comparison, so I'm gonna do Captain America. The reason why, and again, here we go again Captain so much more taller than Wolverine, which I am very stunned by, but I think it makes sense based on the height of the actors. I would probably have to take a look and see how tall each actor is, Chris Evans and Hugh Jackman. But the reason I'm doing this comparison is because of the material on the clothing. So obviously Captain America has, I guess, the most normal suit or attire, compared to the other characters that I have. So both clothing accessories are very well done. The material looks fantastic on both characters' clothing, so I felt like this would probably be a fair side-by-side comparison. Again, since I don't have any other Wolverines or any other type of X-Men figures, so this would be my second side-by-side comparison. Okay guys, so we have reached the end of the video where we pretty much get to pose this guy in different ways, so that way you guys can capture the figure in all of its totality. Honestly, I was excited already to get this figure. I'm not too much of an X-Men fan, but I do love Wolverine, and I've always been one of his biggest fans ever since the first movies in the early 2000s. And by the way, I feel like this unboxing is dropping at the perfect time because for those of you guys who got to see the Deadpool Wolverine trailer, obviously cannot wait to get the new Wolverine figure with the original suit, so wanted to kind of throw that out there. And again, as I mentioned before, a big Wolverine fan since those early 2000 movies, so I was already excited to get this figure. But honestly, I am stunned at how in love I am with this figure. To me, the clothing is what does it for me. As you guys can see here posing the figure, he has presence. The clothing just makes him look so great. The bone claws, everything just looks fantastic on this figure. I really have no complaints. The only kind of details that I think that could have, I guess, made this figure a little bit better. So number one, I think the face sculpt could have been a little bit better. To me, his eyes are too small, and as I mentioned before, the beard and the eyebrows are not thick enough, in my personal opinion. Just kind of like a quick wish list. I wish they would have included his sunglasses shades that they did at the beginning scene. That I think would have given the character a lot more fun and more meaning. So that's another thing. I think that, who knows, maybe another face sculpt would have been even better. Another thing too is that I wish they would have included the hexagonal base with the deluxe version, so that way we can get different options of posting this guy in our display cases, because some of us have too many figures on the display cases. So the base itself might not fit, right? So maybe the hexagonal base would have been better to pose this guy in our display cases. So just note that the differences is that the normal edition does not come with this big base. It just comes with the hexagonal base. The special edition comes with the sentinel arm. The deluxe version comes with this base but not the sentinel arm, and then the deluxe special edition comes with the base and the sentinel arm. Again, I don't understand why Hot Toys made this too complicated, too many different versions. I just went with the last one, which of course includes everything, which I think to me is the best option for the figure itself. As you guys can see here, I did go ahead and tape the new nameplate with the correct spelling, so glad to know that I went ahead and did that. Obviously it's better to have it that way and with no mistakes. But overall guys, love this figure, love everything about it, the accessories, the posing, everything. Just love the figure itself. It looks fantastic. If you guys have any different opinions or would like to share your thoughts about him, feel free to drop a comment into the video before I do end the video. As always, want to thank you for the continued support. Thank you so much guys for always being there and for supporting the channel. If it is the first time that you are watching me, feel free to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and hit the notifications bell so that way you guys stay updated with my upcoming videos. As always, as I like to mention, I do have TikTok and Instagram. I'm going to go ahead and include the links on the description of the video, along with the link to Sideshow, so that if you guys want to go ahead and purchase this guy. But feel free to add me on TikTok and Instagram so that way you guys can stay updated with anything that I will be posting on my accounts. But for now guys, this is going to be it for this video. Want to thank you so much for supporting me and for tuning in today, and I will see you next time.